Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are fine and enjoy good time and good health. Today, inshallah, we will resume talking about mathematics of finance with simple interest equations of value. Exercise number one. A family buys a merchandise and agrees to pay $2,500 in 2 months. 1 month later, they pay $800 on the debt. What balance will they owe after 2 months? If the creditor agrees to use 18% in arriving at a settlement, focal date is 2 months hence. Still talking about equations of value. According to the focal date, we have three cases. If the focal date lies before the maturity dates, if the focal date lies after the maturity dates, if the focal date lies in between. Revision again. If the focal date lies before the maturity dates, then the present value of the old obligations equal to the present value of the new obligations. If the focal date lies after the maturity dates of old and the new obligation, then the value of old obligation equal to the value of new obligation, or the amount of old obligation must be equal to the amount of new obligations. The third case we have, if the focal date lies in between the maturity dates of old and the new obligations, then the amount of sum of old obligations plus the present value of the others must be equal to the amount of the new obligations plus the present value of the others. In our problem, a family buys a merchandise and agrees to pay 2,500 in 2 months. 1 month later, they pay $800 on the debt. What balance will they owe after 2 months? According to this problem, we have one old obligation, $2,500, and we need to replace it with two new obligations, 800 after 1 month and the other after 2 months. Note that we have interest rate 18% and the focal date will be after 2 months. To solve any problem of equations of value, we must draw the timeline or time graph to calculate the time between the maturity date of the debt and the focal date. The main formula to solve any problem of equations of value is the value of old obligation must be equal to the value of new obligations, or the obligation before must be equal to the obligation after. This is the timeline. We have debt after 2 months, $2,500. We will replace it with 8% after 1 month and X after 2 months. We need to get the value of 2,500 at focal date. Also, we need to get the value of 800 and the value of X at focal date. What we mean by get the value of 800? The value of 800 after 1 month equal to 800. But the value of 800 after 2 months or at the focal date mean we must get the amount for 800 with 1 month. We must use the interest rate with 18%, and the main formula here, value of old obligation must be equal to value of new obligations. $2,500 equal to the amount of 800 plus X. Note that we take $2,500 as its value because the time for 2,500 equal to 0. And we get the amount for 800 because the distance between 800 and the focal date equal 1 month. So the time for 800 will be equal 1 over 12. Also, we take x as its value because the time for x, or the distance between x and the focal date, equal to 0. To solve this problem, value of old obligations equal to value of new obligations. We have in the left hand side $2,500 equal 800 times 1 plus 18% times 1 over 12 plus x. And to get x will be equal $2,500 minus 812. Note that if we ask what is the value of $800 at the focal date, the result is 812. And the balance of x, the balance of the debt, x equal $1,688. Another exercise. A company has an investment opportunity that would require spending $9,200 now, and investment is expected to be worth $10,000 in 1 year. What is its net present value at A, 8%, B, 10%? He asks here about what is the net present value. To get the net present value, at the beginning, we need to draw the timeline. We have $9,200 and expected to get $10,000 after 1 year. The cash outflow, $9,200. The cash inflow, $10,000 after 1 year. Look at the main problem. A company has an investment opportunity that would require spending the spending money called the cash outflow. So you spend $9,200 now to get $10,000 in 1 year. The question, what is the net present value? If you use a rate of 8% or if you use the rate of 10%. To solve this problem, we ask you about the present value, net present value. This means that you will get the present value. The present value of $9,200, you get the present value now at the beginning of the time. The present value of 9,200 equal $9,200 because the time equals 0. So you will compare between $9,200 and the present value of $10,000 for 1 year. Note that at a rate of 8% and 10%. The present value at the first 8%, it equal the present value of inflow. Note that we call $10,000 as inflows, and the present value of outflows, which is equal $9,200. $10,000 is called cash inflow. $9,200 is called cash outflows. He asked about net present value. So the formula for present value, P equal is over 1 plus RT. X equal 10,000 over 1 plus 8% times 1 or times 12 months, 12 over 12, all subtract $9,200. So we have X equal $59.26. The net present value here equal positive $59.26. The important point here is the sign. The sign for the net present value is positive. At the second, we have the main formula, the present value of inflows minus the present value of outflows. The cash inflows 10,000, the cash outflows 9,200. To get the present value or the net present value, X equal the present value of 10,000 minus the present value of $9,200. We use the rate of $10,000. X equal $10,000 over 1 plus 10% times 1 minus $9,200. We have X equal 9,090 minus 9,200. X here equal 109.09 with a sign of negative. Negative $109.9. Another example. An investment requires a cash outlay of $4,200. It is estimated that the investment will return $500 in 1 year. Find the net present value at 12% and 16%. This example, like as the example number 2, we have an investment with 4,200 and expected to get $5,000 after 1 year. So the cash outflow, the inflows here equal $5,000 and the cash outflow or outflows equal $4,200. We will compare between the present value of two payments. The present value of $4,200 equal its payment equal $4,200 because the time here equal to 0. And the present value for $5,000, it's a distance between now and 1 year. So to get the present value of $5,000, we will use the formula B equal S over 1 plus RT. S here equal 5,000, R here equal once 12%, at the second R will be equal 16%, and the time here equal 1 year. This is the timeline. We will compare between the present value of $4,200 and the present value of $5,000. We calculate to get the net present value. So you must get the net present value for the two payments. The time here equal 12 months or 1 year. And we have two rates, A 12%, B 16%. The main formula to solve this problem, net present value equal the present value of inflows minus the present value of outflows. We say that inflows equal 5,000, outflows equal 4,200. At 12%, the present value of 5,000 will be equal 5,000 over 1 plus 12% times 1, and the present value of 4,200 will be equal the same payment 4,200. X will be equal the present value of inflows 4,464.286 minus the present value of outflows $4,200. So the net present value X will be equal 264.286. Note that the sign here is a positive sign. The net present value is positive. Net present value at 16%. Also, net present value equal the present value of inflows minus the present value of outflows. P equal is over 1 plus RT. X equal the net present value $5,000 over 1 plus 16% minus 4,200. So the present value of inflows will be equal $4,310.344 minus the present value of outflows, which is equal $4,200. X here equal $110.344. Also, the sign here is a positive sign. A quickly revision for these three exercises. The first exercise, a family buys a merchandise and agrees to pay $2,500 in 2 months. 1 month later, they pay $800 on the debt. What's the balance they owe after 2 months? We have one payment, and we need to replace it with 2 payments. $2,500. We need to replace it with 800 and X. To get X, we will use the formula of the value of old obligations equal the value of new obligations. The value of $2,500 equal the value of $800 plus the value of X. The value of $2,500 mean equal $2,500. The value of $800 mean to get the amount of $800. The value of X equal X. The second exercise, we ask you to get the net present value for outflows $9,200, expected to get $10,000 after 1 year. To get the net present value, we use the formula of present value of inflows minus present value of outflows. Which of the 2 payments is inflows and which of them is the outflows? $9,200, the cash outflow, and expected to get inflow after 1 year equal $10,000. So the present value of $10,000 minus the present value of $9,200. The present value of $9,200 equal The same payment, $9,200. Then to get the net present value, you must get the present value of $10,000 after 1 year. Also, another problem, we have outflow $4,200 and expected to get 5,000 after 1 year. To get the net present value, it means that the present value of outflow, the present value of $5,000 minus the present value of inflow $5,000 minus the present value of outflow $4,200. At the first as 12%, at the second as 16%. Thank you for watching. For any question, leave your comment at the bottom of the video and I'll try to answer it next time.